I've lost self-respect for myself, so we are going to watch Joe Rogan today. So recently, Joe Rogan had Kermit impersonator and famous smart guy, Jordan Peterson, come on the show. A man who impresses many high school boys, college boys too, unfortunately, and is back in the spotlight, baby. Oh, and he's on my favorite podcast in the world, my freaking favorite podcast, Joe Rogan. Baby. And I found this funny clip of him on Twitter just saying the silliest stuff, and I went on to find it on YouTube. I wanted to find some clips to talk about, and I came across this Jordan Peterson on Joker, and it's just a 1 minute and 23-second clip, but I have to I gotta watch it with you guys.
Joaquin Pheonix in Joker, and he's a very charismatic actor.
They better both be dressed in like a tuxedo because I'm confused about what's going on. Also, was he gone when Joker happened?
And it has to do with resentment. This man who was forced to be nice by his mother, who turns out to be absolutely crazy and abused him like mad when he was a kid.
Yeah, the movie Joker's about a guy who tries to be nice. Is that what he said? Okay, I thought he said he tried to be nice. He tries to be nice. The whole movie's just on the Joker trying to be a nice guy. Let's see what he has to say about the movie Joker.
But Phoenix really carries that, and part of the reason that he does that is because he creates a compelling character who's sympathetic.
Why is he talking so in depth about the Joker?
But Phoenix is an extraordinarily charismatic person, partly because he's so unbelievably, he's masculine in his features. He
always has to slip something in there where you're like, huh? Jordan Peterson always has to come up with like a different way to talk about something. And I'll show you in a clip after this. But like, what? He's a very charismatic person because he has a masculine features. He's going to make some weird comment about how like feminine features make you less charismatic or something, which he's like the least charismatic guy in the world. So let's see what he has to say.
And a lot of stellar performers had that ability to integrate, male performers had that ability to integrate that feminine grace into their masculine.
Why does he always have to make some like gender statement out of everything? This whole like masculine, feminine, like what, who was thinking this about Joker, dude? It's just a guy that goes crazy. That's all he had to say about it. How did he even start this conversation? Did he just go, boom, I saw the Joker? Okay, I need to show you the original clip that I wanted to talk about. Let me just go on Twitter so I can show you. Oh, what is this?
No, I heard. I'm so happy I taught you what they were.
You did. You taught me what's up, and then I bought an ape.
I got an ape too because
Oh, they're talking about NFTs. It's such... like imagine if all these people on these talk shows came on the talk shows and they were like, yeah, like I just bought this new like super huge mansion and like I have this like $1 million something dollars, and then everyone would be like, what the hell is going on? Why are we like talking about this on a late night show? And then we're here and these people are talking about how they're buying millions of dollars worth of NFTs.
This is your
mine.
ape.
Yeah,
We debuted.
it's really cool. Like the hat, the shades.
Now what? How did you pick? Because you.
I hate this. This is so freaking strange. What are you doing? This isn't me being anti-NFT, by the way. When I say what are you doing, I mean why does Jimmy have the ape on that piece of cardboard? Technically, that should be illegal. What is wrong? What's wrong with Jimmy? Why does he do that thing where he cocks his head like a bird? There's like nothing going on in his eyes.
We made like another version of it where he takes the hat off and blonde hair comes out.
Oh, that's a funny joke, Jimmy. Shut up, dude. How much did he pay for that? So Jimmy bought his for $221,000. Oh, later in the show, Hilton revealed an NFT series of her own and gave one to every person in the audience. If I was a tourist and I went to a Jimmy Fallon show for fun and ended up becoming an owner of an NFT, I would sue. This is awful. What am I doing here? What was I even talking about? I was talking about Jordan Peterson on Joe Rogan. Okay, here it is.
Climate change one is a weird one.
So is he saying there's a lot of problems that are hard to sort out? The climate change one is a weird one? Which, first of all, it's not that weird. It's like, you just have to freaking get the corporations and the government to agree to change. Us as a people, we really can't do anything, you know? You gotta blur out his ball. So, first of all, saying that it's a weird problem is like, you're just trying to keep those people who are on the right side with the climate change and the COVID stuff, and you're just trying to like keep them at bay and be like, don't worry, I'll slip in a little something for you. And then Jordan here goes off the rails.
So
that's because there's no such thing as climate, right? Climate and everything are the same word.
It's like, shut up, dude. Like, you know what we mean, bro. Like, you dumb frog.
And that's what bothers me about the climate change types. It's like,
what do you mean the climate change types? People that believe the climate's changing? We know what that means, dude.
This is something.
It's like the frickin' temperature of the world.
Climate is about everything. So, okay.
Dude, why do you have to make something out of nothing, dude? Like, you have to be like, hey, everyone kind of gets this thing. Like, you either get it or you don't. But me, no. I gotta have a different take on this. I can't just be a normal person.
Your models aren't based on everything. Your models are based on a set number of variables.
Yeah.
Why does Joe have to add in like he knows what he's talking about? Warming. Dude, you don't even know what he's talking about. No one knows what he's talking about.
Well, how did you decide which set of variables to include in the equation if it's about everything?
What are you talking about? Like, so the idea that I think he's perpetuating is that our idea of climate change is a hoax, because if climate is everything and everything we live around, then technically our factors of measuring the climate changing would have to be reduced. It's like, no, dude, you freaking donkey. That's not how that works. He's like, if you reduce it, suddenly you're not including everything and you're picking certain things. So he's insinuating that scientists are picking certain factors to make something out of nothing.
And that's not just a criticism. That's like, if it's about everything, your models aren't right. Because your models do not and cannot model everything.
What do you mean by everything when you say hard to sort?
He's like, hold on. My monkey brain isn't smart enough to tell you that you're being insane. His tushy bow tie is too much to bear. Like, why is he wearing a tux? What's he doing? I thought they were both going to be wearing tuxes or something. But like, he's just there in a tux for some reason. How is physics a science if it's supposed to study all of space and time? My 14th birthday, the 7th season of The Simpsons, and the rivers in Idaho are all a part of space and time, yet I never see physicists including those in their equations. That's great. Broke, climate change isn't real. Woke, climate itself isn't real. It isn't everything. Climate science, climatology, or climate science is the scientific study of Earth's climate, typically defined as weather conditions average over a period of at least 30 years. Simple Google search, copy and paste. I like that I'm just like reading other Twitter comments. You know why? Because I'm a normal person. I'm not smart. I don't know everything. I don't have an opinion about everything. I mean, I do have an opinion about this. I think it's ridiculous. But I want to be able to say why it's ridiculous with some poise and intellectualism. Is that the right way to say that? But I can't do that. So I'm just going to read what other people have to say. And then, I'll decide whether or not I think it's frickin' right or not. I'll decide. This clip is so awesome because Peterson is using the logic of the Dunning-Kruger curve in a pseudo-intellectual way such that he thinks he's being aware that we can't know everything is some brilliant insight that expert climate scientists have never discovered. Yeah, so you have the most confidence when you barely know anything. What specific variables do climate scientists pay attention to and why? Could be a good question. The problem is, Jordan seems to assume that scientists themselves somehow just never thought about that. Jordan Peterson gives the best relationship advice you'll ever hear?
Part of the reason our eyes are
Why? Why is this interview happening here? This is upsetting. I don't like this.
the way they are, they have whites. That's an evolved adaptation so that we can see what other people eyes are up to. I want to see where you're pointing your eyes because you're devoting a tremendous amount of
This guy's so annoying. It's like, dude, just shut up. Well, yeah, the whites in our eyes, and you got whites in your eyes, man, and so you die if your eyes are too big.
If I can see what you're pointing your eyes at, then I know what you value. Then I can mimic your body with my body, and we can fall into the same.
He wants to mimic his body with Ben? Ew, dude.
And you see that in music, right? Because the musicians are heading towards a note. They all know that. They know when they're going to jump up and down in unison and hit that note.
Right.
And then they can play along the way.
So you know what playing an instrument is? Jump up and down?
The relationships break down. That you have to have that rhythm, and you also have to have the ability to.
Oh, Ben's got that rhythm, baby. Ben knows all about that rhythm. Why does he say itemize ourselves in a relationship? They always have to turn it into some grocery store thing, you know? Whenever it comes to like relationship stuff, it's like everything has to be like, am I going to close on this deal? You know, I'm going out with a lady tonight. I have a meeting with a lady. You think I'm going to close out on the deal?
And there's a beautiful thing in the beginning of Genesis. So the phrase that's used when it talks about Eve and Adam.
Feminist king, putting the woman first. Thank you very much, Ben. You are king. A king for the queens.
That's how he sees her. She's a derivative of him. She's just an object for him to use. And that's why she ends up talking to the snake, because if you're seen as an object by somebody, why would you want to talk with them? You're not an independent human being. And it's only
That's why you don't want to dance with someone who only has sexual gratification on their mind.
Exactly. And then
What's going on? That's why you don't want to dance with someone who has sexual gratification on their mind. What if you do want to dance with someone just for fun? Do these guys only dance with their wives, and when they were single, they would not dare to dance because they were only in it for the sexual gratification?
There's this idea in neurophysiology called opponent processing. It's really cool.
Can they like put just mics in front of their mouths? Why is there? I think what they did is they hooked them up to their mics, and then they did the recording, and then they realized that there was no room noise and it sounded weird with everything being silent. So they're like, we got to add some coffee shop ambience in. And so they added a bunch of coffee shop ambience, but they added way too much, which is why the background is just so loud and it sounds like the same thing over and over again.
It's really cool. So if you want to move your hand really
Like, it's such a fake sound. Like, look at these people in the background. They're not saying anything. You really think the coffee shop is this loud? It sounds like there's 100 people in there.
this one relents a little bit. It's absolute precision. And so that adversarial process, you imagine that women and men are slightly different temperamentally, or even quite a bit different.
I'm going to absolutely precisely put my balls in your mouth, bro.
Well, you're trying to hit the mark, but the mark moves. And so how do you hit it? Well, you hit it with this adversarial process. And
Someone started talking to me like this, I'd be pissed off. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching this video. I don't know what it was. I just sort of bounced from thing to thing for half an hour. And I don't know how much we can get out of that. But hey, appreciate you being here, okay? I really do. I do. I appreciate you being here. So salutations. And have a great rest of your day. Hello everybody, it's the time you've been waiting for, the whole video. You're wondering, is it time for the tattoos yet? Yeah, it is actually. Yesterday you voted on the third match, and as of right now, between Tattoo 5 and Tattoo 6, Tattoo 5 is the winner with 70%. It seems like the 3 matches we've done so far have all been like a 30-70 split or something similar. But let's see if it changes today. This is Tattoo 7 and this is Tattoo 8. Okay? So go to the poll down below. Vote on the tattoo you like more. Have a good day. Go check out my socials in the description down below. And Josh, you got anything to say to the people?
Nope.